dear podcast listeners. Hope you are doing well and continuing to learn about AI every day. There's just a lot to learn, of course. So today I have a backend developer slash software engineer from the company we all know and love, Hugging Face. Hi, Andrea. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm fine.
And tell us where you are joining from.
I am from Bolivia. Right now,
Say that again.
Cochabamba. Cochabamba, Bolivia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In South
International guest.
America.
Nice, nice. So glad to hear. And yeah, so it was great to connect you on LinkedIn. And when I saw that you are working at Hugging Face, and I'm like, ooh, I have definitely need to get in touch with you and just, talk a little bit more. So why don't you start off and walk us through your career journey and what you do at Hugging Face?
Yeah, I am software engineer at HuggingFace. I joined it about 1 year ago and 1.5 years ago to the Dataset server team.
Okay.
Now it's named Dataset Viewer team. It's a part of the HuggingFace hub. What we do, we maintain a homemade platform to process many datasets. Currently, we have more than 140,000 datasets. We need to process them, get insights, get some metadata, and it's quite complicated, difficult, but we're on that.
Nice. So that's great. That's really great. So according to you, what is Hugging Face, or how would you describe the company in one line if you have to?
I have two phrases that I like. First, Hugging Face is the AI platform building the future in a community way, so that
Hmm.
everybody, not just the company, everybody can help and can contribute to this machine learning topic. But the line that I most like is that Hugging Face tries to democratize good machine learning,
Hmm.
which is something different than other companies. It is not just about having open source tools, but getting this information for people that can access to these technologies. That's what I like. And this is the line that I think describes my company. But Hugging Face is a platform, a company that has different libraries, investigation, research, contribute with papers, with blogs, everything around the machine learning flow. And that's
That's
it.
nice. Yeah, I think when I first heard about Hugging Face, which was several years ago, first of all, I was amazed with the name of the company. I'm like, who had thought about Hugging Face? That was a very creative name. And then once I started using the models and how easy the company has made accessing all those models and now the data sets as well, it was very, I guess it has become very essential for anybody in machine learning and data science to know about Hugging Face. So really thanks for sharing what you do and what you think about the company. So moving on to talking more about Hugging Face, tell us briefly about the three main areas that the company focuses on, such as data sets, models, and spaces.
Yeah, there is a main platform called Hugging Face Hub, where you have three main sections. The first one, models, datasets, and spaces. Models is a place where you can find and download and even use more than 600,000 models, open models. You can download, you can use it, and you can fine tune them.
Hmm.
The other section is datasets in the project where I work. You can share your datasets with the community. You can download them for free. You can host it, and additionally, you have some features that we provide, like visualization, pagination, some search, statistics, and other functionalities. What I've seen is that the flow starts with datasets. First, someone uploads something, and other people, the community, can can leverage this data to build new models, to fine tune them, or using in what they want. But after you have a model, you need to show you how this works. So there is the third part that is spaces. It's
Hmm.
like you can upload to your application. You can showcase what you are doing, what's your project, and it's easy because you can think that you need maybe HTML, CSS, or JavaScript to make this front end, but it's not. You just need to know about Python, for example. With a couple of lines of Python, you can showcase your model, your data setting, or whatever your project is. It was easy for me, for example, because I don't want to work on front end. And many people that it's in this field, in machine learning, they don't want to spend some time doing interfaces.
Yeah, yeah,
These
I'm
are, these are
with you.
the three pillars, I would think. But there are other libraries, for example, transformers, diffusers. Also, we have the API inference, where you
Hmm.
can deploy your model, and sometimes it's difficult to run a model locally, right? So you can upload to have an API and call an API directly from them.
Hmm. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think many of us might have explored all the ones, but just recently, like yesterday, I was exploring the dataset viewer team, not team, sorry, the datasets, because I was trying to download some datasets for a side project. And I remember like long back, there wasn't like the dataset viewer button over there, and now there is to like explore or view it in more detail. So that's a pretty cool addition. So talking about data sets and dataset viewer, what kinds of data do you deal with? Like, I know there's unstructured, of course, but like, do you also get like image or video or any other form of data sets?
Yes, there are the basic ones, which are text or
Hmm.
numerical, but also there are image datasets,
Okay.
audio datasets
Hmm.
from different formats. It can be CSV, Parquet, JSON lines, and now we have the web datasets, which is a
Hmm.
way to support better some images, for example. But every user can upload their data in a different format.
Hmm.
Uh, Something that is challenging for us is that to present all the features of the viewer, we need to convert all of this kind of data to a single format, and we
Ah,
use Parquet, and
okay.
we start building on top of the Parquet files all our features,
Okay.
and that's what we do in our platform.
Could you tell me what Parquet is? I'm not super familiar with it.
Oh, it's a data format which is more oriented to columns.
Okay.
Instead of the old databases that we used to have in rows, it stores it in columns,
Okay.
and it gets data faster than in a
Okay.
traditional database. Besides that, a Parquet file is divided in different row groups. It's like a partition, let's say, and each row group has a metadata.
Hmm.
And all of these features make Parquet run faster than a CSV
Oh,
or a database or other.
okay.
And also, it supports different data types, not only text or numerical. You can
Okay.
also store some images or binary data in a Parquet file, and that
Okay.
helped us with the transformation of all of these different kind of sources
Hmm.
to a single one.
Okay. Nice. That's good to know. Thank you for sharing that. So being part of this team, what are some of the best use cases of dataset viewer have you seen?
I think the best and most interesting use case for dataset viewer is that people who are looking for a dataset for their models
Hmm.
need to explore it before using it. And sometimes there are datasets like 5 terabytes or more than that,
Mm.
and they would, I think they should download all of this data and explore maybe with pandas or other library, but the beware and let them explore before downloading. They can use different features before, like doing some search. If they
Hmm.
are looking for some specific topic, they can use our search bar, which is a full text search implementation using DuckDB. They
Okay.
also can get some statistics for each column instead of having to download and compute it again. We have also some filters that support SQL format. Also, we show the dataset size, and also there is an interesting feature, like I told you, the Parquet transformation,
Hmm.
because maybe some people can process a certain kind of data, but Parquet is faster, so they can use it. And for example, one example of this, the last week is a really big data set that was pushed, Fine Web. Maybe many of the audience have heard about it.
Hmm.
Is 45 terabytes a data set
Holy crap.
that was crawled for the whole internet from 230 to this year. This is a lot of data.
Yeah.
But it's free and it's you can download it, you can explore, you can use, and many people are using. I'm building models on top of this.
Mm.
There are also images, datasets, images that you can visualize in the viewer. Um, but the most important part is that people can go and download these datasets and fine-tune models or used by the purposes.
Right. 45 terabytes of data. That's a lot of
It's a
data.
lot.
And it's available for free. That's even better. I'm sure many people must be taking good use of that. Yeah, that's really great. So, curious about your work. As a software engineer, what technologies and tools do you use in your team?
We mostly have an platform to process a pipeline, like a pipeline feature tool that is in Python.
Mm-hmm.
What we do, but let's first start how HuggingFace works. HuggingFace is like the GitHub, but for
Mm-hmm.
machine learning. So you
Right.
can have repositories, you can push, commit data the traditional way. You
Mm-hmm.
commit, you push, and that's all. And everything is stored in S3 buckets, and we have the files there.
Mm-hmm.
If someone uploads a data set, it's in our S3 buckets and in the hub. What we do is each time a user uploads a data set, uh, we have like a graph of processing, like each step has something to get from the data set. For example, the first one could be to get the first 100 rows. The
Mm-hmm.
second one gets the size of the data set. The third one gets or transform it in Parquet files,
Mm-hmm.
and so on. We have different in each step, but in each step we are getting some metadata or some attributes from the dataset, from the files, and we store it in a MongoDB collection. We have
Okay.
that. Also, each time a dataset is uploaded or modified, we have a job, a list of jobs that we as well store it in MongoDB collection.
Mm-hmm.
So that the UI can read from this database directly. This is the core of our tool. But besides that, we use it a lot, DuckDB, which is an online processing analytical database.
Okay.
Interesting because it helps us process this amount of data, and
Right.
everything is using the memory, and it was a great tool for us. We use it for to get statistics,
Mm-hmm.
reading from the Parquet files, and also for the full text search using the Parquet files. In the infra side, we use Kubernetes,
Okay.
but I don't work a lot with that. What else? I think that's overall.
Wow, that's a lot of different tools and databases. That's great. So, just one last question about the dataset viewer team particularly. So, what do you think is the vision of this team at Hugging Face for specifically for dataset viewer team?
I would say that first, as high in face, we have the mission to democratize machine
Right.
learning. The
Mm-hmm.
viewer has to be as simple as possible
Mm-hmm.
for other people to analyze it. So the idea is to provide functionalities that help the users explore in a quick way, quickly and easily. Uh, Besides that, we know that there are many data sets, many people that are uploading that data that maybe shouldn't be there, maybe because of legal concerns,
Mm-hmm.
maybe there is private data or personal information, sorry.
Right.
So we want to, in the future, we want to be able to analyze maybe these concerns and let the authors know about all of this so that all the community that is using our data knows that it's a safe place for them and also their models will be safe and maybe we can reduce the bias.
That's great. That's great. That's in the right direction, I would say. Um, yeah, so let's pivot a little bit. Like with the growing hype and need of AI that you might probably see everywhere, how do you think you and your team are adapting to this evolution?
It was it is interesting because we mostly work with libraries and other tools that are recent. that
Hmm.
for example, as I mentioned, we use a lot of DB,
Hmm.
and we were using it um, each time that there is an update. We try to use it. Maybe it can sound like we should do some testing or something like that before using a newly release. But
Hmm.
in our case, in our team, we rely on community. If there would be any kind of issues or something like that,
Right.
the community let us know because this is an open project. You
Hmm.
see that in GitHub. There are many users that sometimes notify us that there is a bug or an error. They helped us a lot. We for sure we do some test in our code, but I would say that the community is our main point of is the main part of seeing the quality of our service, I think.
That's great.
And we try to use libraries as much as we can. Uh, we try to take advantage from it.
Nice. It's good to see that how much you guys rely on community, and it's just a sign of a stronger community sense. That's really good. So, last question for you before we end this conversation. So, I'm sure there are people who may not have heard of Hugging Face or haven't used that yet. So, for someone who hasn't used Hugging Face yet, how would you suggest to get started?
How to start? I would say that Hugging Face is a place where you can share.
Hmm.
But if you don't have something to share, you can help as well. So you can join the community, maybe look for data sets, models, and you can start exploring it. Maybe you can help just mentioning that if there is any legal concern, if there are duplicated data, if we talk about a model, maybe you can contribute saying that there is an issue, there is an error. If you are not a technical person,
Hmm.
you can even contribute with the documentation because
Right.
each repository has a README file where is the summary of the model or repo, the space, etc. But sometimes even there are some typing errors. You can even contribute with this. You can fix one letter, and
Nice.
you will feel that you are contributing to make all of this happen. You can start like that. And also, we have some models that you can easily try. You don't need to download them. You have many people. I don't want to mention these platforms, but there are. a lot of APIs that are you have to pay and you use them, but you are delivering your data. You don't know how they are doing with it.
Yeah,
But in this case, you're in a safe place, so you can use it. You can download, and you can build whatever you need, and you can help the community.
nice. That's really good. Yeah, so those were all the questions I had, but I think the bottom line that I got was how the sense of community is so strong at Hugging Face, and how they are trying, like you and the rest of the company are trying to make life easier for anybody who's building machine learning models, trying to find data sets. That's really wonderful. And that's why I think it's a very strong reason why people love Hugging Face and like to use the models there. But yeah, it was wonderful chatting with you, Andrea. Thanks again for being on my podcast and answering my questions. Thanks a lot.
Thank you too.